Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And in today's video, this is your official match preview of Chelsea versus Arsenal at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. Kick-off at 8:15, if I'm not wrong. If I am wrong, then I'm sorry. Anyway, if you enjoyed this match preview, we're going to briefly talk about just a couple of things that were said in Thomas Tuchel's press conference. A lineup prediction of mine, obviously team news, and a score prediction, how I think the game's going to go. If you did enjoy this video, please like the video. Please smash that like button. That's really one of the biggest things for me. It just shows to me that you're genuinely enjoying the videos, and if you can as well, subscribe too. That would be massive as well for my channel. Obviously we're trying to grow in that, so yeah, turn on those post notifications, share this video to as many people as you want, literally just as many people if you enjoy it. So yeah, follow my social media as well down below, links in the description, Jetto345, Twitter and Instagram. Now let's go on with this. First of all, Thomas Tuchel's press conference and some of his comments. Obviously, team news first of all. He mentioned that Kovacic is out. He said Arsenal pretty much is too soon for him. Obviously, he mentioned how we miss him, and obviously Billy Gilmour's had to step up. And we all know Kante and Jorginho have been absolutely brilliant to the point where it's going to be hard for someone like Kovacic to actually come straight back into the team. So we'll see what happens when he's really fit. But he said he's hoping that he's fit for Leicester City in the FA Cup final. That is the ideal. That's the race he's going between himself and his body. So we're hoping he's fit for the FA Cup final. I hope he is. As much as I do trust Kante, Billy Gilmour and Jorginho, just feel like we need Kovacic, because one more injury and, it's Mason Mount dropping into that 6-6 role, because obviously we'll have limited options there. So yeah, that's on Mateo Kovacic. Move on to Andreas Christensen. Obviously, we all know in the weekend he made a mistake against Man City, but that mistake also led to him having an injury. It's actually better than what we expected. Or like in Thomas Tuchel's words, pretty much said the injury is not as bad as we expected. So he said his season's definitely not over. From what it looked like a hamstring injury. It possibly isn't that. So it looks like he can make it back for, we're looking at, he's saying he's hoping one of the Leicester City games, whether it's the FA Cup final or the league game. But realistically, he's probably looking at Aston Villa. He'll definitely be fit before the Champions League final. But Aston Villa, if he can come back for that game, that would be really good. I feel like Christensen's important to the way we play, especially when he plays that right centre-back role. I feel like he's played that role really well. Recently played it better than the way he's played this, the middle centre-back role for me. So I think he's been absolutely top class, Christensen. It's his first mistake under Tuchel. Like I said, I was gonna allow him for it, but I think we need him. We need him as soon as possible. Hopefully he can get himself involved potentially in that Champions League final. So yeah, that's on Andreas Christensen. And obviously, I'm gonna get into this very quickly. So he was asked about Frank Lampard, and obviously, how much credit does Frank Lampard deserve for, getting us, well, for the season that we've had? And obviously Thomas Tuchel, being Thomas Tuchel, he can't really, talk, nonsense. He has to, praise Frank, obviously, for PR reasons and that. So, he praised him saying, we couldn't get to the Champions League and FA Cup without Frank Lampard getting through the group stages of the Champions League, and obviously beating the likes of Luton and them man there in the FA Cup. Now look, people, I'm going to be so real. I don't see why Frank Lampard should be credited for anything this season, in terms of us on the pitch this season. The only thing I'm crediting Frank Lampard for is our transfers, bringing in Ziyech, Werner, Chilwell, all those guys, Havertz, all of them guys. For the fact that he's brought the likes of Mason Mount and Reece James through the academy, and making them top players. Cool. And building a very good squad. That's the only thing I'm giving him credit for. I'm not going to give him credit for getting us through the group stage of the Champions League. Look at the teams. It was Sevilla, Rennes, and Krasnodar. The only half decent team was Sevilla, and we still battered them 4-0. So, and that was a second string team, by the way, at the time as well. So I wouldn't really give much praise to Frank Lampard. I don't understand why. If we're giving praise to Frank Lampard, why can't praise go to AVB, Andreas Villas-Boas? He got us through the group stages, but nobody gave him credit because he was that bad, realistically. And Frank didn't do a good job. So I expect him to get through the group stages. I expect him to be the likes of Luton and Morecambe in the FA Cup. Seriously. I think even me as a manager, well, I'm not a manager, but if I was a manager of Chelsea, managing Morecambe and Luton, I'd expect to lead my team to be able to do that with me. So, look, I'm not trying to discredit Frank Lampard. I've already told you what I've credited him for, building the team, bringing the likes of Mason Mount and Reece James in, building a very good squad, and obviously the transfers. But in terms of what we done on the pitch, no. Because if Frank was still here, would we make the Champions League final? Would we make the FA Cup final? That's all I'm saying. I'm not slandering Frank Lampard. I'm not getting onto him. But I don't think he deserves as much praise as the English media are trying to make out. Because if he does deserve this much praise, then Andres Villas-Boas deserves praise as well. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into the lineup. We're done with Thomas Tuchel's comments from the press conference. We get into our lineup. Jeez, we're already 6 minutes in. Bloody hell, mate. Sorry about that, but yeah, let's get into the lineup. In goal, Edouard Mendy. Obviously with Kepa, I expect Kepa to play in the FA Cup final this weekend against Leicester City. But in this game, Edouard Mendy, hopefully he can catch up to Ederson in terms of those clean sheets. Unluckily for him, he didn't get one on the weekend. So yeah, it's unlucky. So Mendy in goal, a back three. Obviously Christensen's not fit. Thiago Silva got rested, so I'm guessing he's going to be in. Azpilicueta is going to keep his role at right centre back, and Antonio Rudiger is going to keep his role at left centre back. Maybe Zuma could come in. Maybe if Zuma was to come in, I'd expect it to be for Rudiger, knowing that maybe Rudiger is going to get rested for the FA Cup final. Maybe that's the only bit I see. But for me, I'd play Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, because that's the three that's going to play in the final. If anything, Thomas Tuchel might rest Rudiger, put in Kurt Zuma. He's not going to rest Silva because he was at Yard, you know, with his wife and kids and that when we were playing Man City anyway. And Azpilicueta is a warrior as always. So that would be my back three: Rudiger, Silva, Rudiger, Silva, and Azpilicueta. We move on to the wing backs. For me, Ben Chilwell comes back into the side. He's another player that Thomas Tuchel left out the squad to rest him up. He was at Yard as well, watching the game against Man City. So he's going to play, obviously build that momentum for the FA Cup final against his former club Leicester. Then we move on to right wing back. Obviously, it has to be Reece James. For me, I don't want to see Hudson Odoi there. I'm going to talk about Hudson Odoi in a minute, but for me personally, Reece James need momentum now. For me, that performance against Man City was good in it. And that, for me, I want him to start in the Champions League final, because for me, if there's anyone that can bad up Phil Foden, it's him in my opinion. So Reece James, give him that momentum going into the final as well. Move on to the double pivot. For me, I would rest N'Golo Kante. For me, I don't want him. Maybe he can come on for like the last 20-30 minutes of the game, like against Fulham. For me, don't play Kante. The guy worked his socks off against Real Madrid, 90 minutes. Worked his absolute socks off. And then in the game against Man City, he played an additional, 70 minutes of the game. Worked his socks off as well in that game as well. So for me, he looked a bit tired in the City game for me. So for me, rest him. Rest him up. Start Billy Gilmore. I want him to continue. Bit of momentum from the Man City game. He had a good game. Give him the Arsenal game. And then give Jorginho this game as well. Jorginho obviously got the rest against Manchester City as well. So for me, I would stick with Billy Gilmore and Jorginho. For me, I feel like those two complement each other. Billy Gilmore, I see him as a box-to-box midfielder. I don't see him as a lone six. Jorginho can be the one who sits a bit deeper, doesn't go forward as much, dictate the play, you know, find those passing from deep, you know, to the likes of the attackers that are going to go forward. And then Billy Gilmore can be that box-to-box who works his socks off, wins the ball back, you know, wins his ground duels, all of that, and then gives it to the players up front to do their thing. I expect that tomorrow. So yeah, those are my two midfielders. We move on to the front three now. Me personally, I want to see Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, obviously recently, let me talk about Callum for a bit, right? You see recent reports came out from Simon Phillips saying Tuchel wants Hudson-Odoi to He wants to turn Hudson-Odoi into his Neymar or Mbappe type player. Yeah? And then further reports came out from Simon Johnson, who works with The Athletic, saying that Tuchel and Hudson-Odoi have a good relationship. Hudson-Odoi likes the methods, and, you know, Tuchel rates the player very highly, values him highly. So for me, I've seen talk on bare other channels, yeah, saying, Selcho, you know, it's only for the good of his career. He should go for the sake of his career because he's not going to get much game time here. I'm sitting there like, what the like, what? Like, sorry, but like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you on about? Like, Thomas Tuchel rates this guy highly. Bro, the Germans rate flipping Hudson Odoi. Hansi Flick thinks Hudson Odoi is better than Sane. Like, that should tell you everything you need to know about the kid's talent. Tuchel knows, yeah, that Hudson Odoi is a baller. He knows he's a baller. Yeah, and he's gonna, trust me, project Neymar into Hudson Odoi. Trust me, he's gonna turn him into Neymar, yeah? But he actually has work rate and defense. You know, when he needs to track back. Literally, trust me. I'm telling you, Hudson Odoi next season, people. Just wait. Wait for Hudson Odoi next season. That left wing spot, danger. Danger. Him and Pulisic compete for that side. It's peak, fam. And he's only, what, 20 years old? For me, start Hudson Odoi tomorrow. I want him to continue from that 20-minute cameo he got against Manchester City. He was absolutely on fire. Considering he hasn't played since Crystal Palace, that was the last game he played. Yeah, that was the last game he started or even got involved in. Since then, he ain't played. He came on against Man City and he was on absolute smoke. He took his opportunity. Yeah, just like when a substitute comes on, take your opportunity. And he contributed and managed to get that 2-1 win for us. So yeah, Hudson Odoi on that left wing. The right side, Mason Mount, again, somebody who got rested over the weekend. He didn't get any game time over the weekend. He was left at the yard as well, left at his house, watching the game against Man City. So he's going to be fresh, ready to go, He's going to be pumped, you know, play Arsenal, build that momentum to go into Leicester City for the FA Cup final. And then obviously up top, for me personally, I want Olivier Giroud, man. I feel like I look at Arsenal and I see them. They are weak from set pieces. Weak. If you see Rob Holding, for example, yeah, this guy loses headers to little man, bruv. Yeah, there was two. He lost headers twice to a little man. One was Sterling when they beat them 1-0. One was Sterling. Who was the other one? There was another one where Rob Holding lost a header to. Who was it? Was it Richarlison? And he nearly scored. I forgot, but there was one time where he lost a header to someone. Olivier Giroud can bully that defense tomorrow, whether it's Rob Holding or Gabriel for them, Mari, whoever it is, Chambers, whoever plays there. Like, literally, Olivier Giroud is going to bully them tomorrow for me. And for me, I would play him. I don't think he's going to play him. I'll get into who I think Thomas Tuchel will generally play. So for me, the front three, Mason Mount, Hudson Odoi, Giroud. We've got creativity in Mason Mount and the work rate in Mason Mount. We've got the hold-up play, the strength, you know, the heading ability and the movement of Olivier Giroud. And then we've got the pace, we've got the skill, we've got the creativity from Callum Hudson-Odoi, the dribbling ability. We've got all of that from him. So for me, it's a well-balanced front three. They can all do different things that will complement each other. My man can hold the ball up for Hudson Odoi to maybe run into. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be a very good team. Let me run you through the team quickly, just so you know who I play tomorrow. Mendy in goal, Rudiger left-sided centre-back, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, wing-backs of Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Billy Gilmore and Jorginho in the double sixes. And then the front three of Mason Mount, Hudson Odoi and Olivier Giroud. In terms of who I genuinely think Thomas Tuchel is going to play, I have a feeling he's not going to play Giroud tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be Kai Havertz and Hudson Odoi. I don't know, because that 20-minute cameo from him was good. And if there's a game where you give him an opportunity, for me it's this one. I do think he's going to start him tomorrow. I don't see... He might start Pulisic. He might, though. He might start Ziyech as well. It's difficult. It's a difficult one. But I genuinely think Havertz is going to start ahead of Giroud. I think the back three will stay the same. Although I do see... Don't be surprised if Zuma comes in for Rudiger. And by the way, Rudiger, what a warrior. Said recently that he's been playing with a broken jaw. A broken jaw. I mean, what? That's my guy, bro. That's just my guy. The wing backs, I expect it to be them. I genuinely expect Billy Gilmore and Jorginho to play as well. I'll be surprised if it's Kante. But I trust Tuchel. Whatever team Tuchel pulls out tomorrow, I trust him. If you do enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your score predictions down below. Mine is going to be a 2-0 Chelsea win. Mason Mount's going to score first, and Giroud's going to get the second goal. And yeah, if you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, share this video around, turn those post notifications, and I will see you lot in my videos tomorrow where I do my match review and my player ratings video. Come on, Chelsea. Let's get that revenge for the 3-1 win they gave us. Come on, you Blues. Peace.